You have to warn me next time, Lauren. I swear to God.
You can see me do it.
Yeah, it's like a 0.5 seconds of you hitting a button, and then I have like no time to react. Jesus Christ.
Welcome back to the Gemini Archive.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here.
Yay.
Yay. I know, it's been a while.
I know.
We were busy. Things happened.
Our birthday happened.
Happy birthday to us.
Yay.
We're old now.
We're 27.
We're really old. Well, not really old.
I'm
old.
still at an age where I'm comfortable saying my age.
Yeah, but I know. Once I hit 30, it's like now I'm going to be 29 for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was good. We had a good birthday, even though it rained the whole fucking day.
It was like today. Today's cold and rainy, and this is exactly what our birthday was like.
I've never worn. I have a leather jacket. I've never worn it past April.
Yeah,
and I wore it on my birthday.
I know.
It was bad. But, oh my God, sorry, I got a text.
Oh.
Sorry, that's very distracting and rude of me.
You know?
It's okay, we'll just, there.
I could flip your phone over.
I flipped my phone over. Now you can just stare at my beautiful pop socket.
I know, mine's a marble.
I like yours.
It's marble print.
Mine is a gargoyle that I took a picture of and then put on a pop socket.
The next phone I get, or phone case, I have a Jeffree Star pop socket, and I'm going to put it on there.
Oh, yeah?
So I have 2 of them.
Wait, really?
Yeah, when we got those boxes.
Oh, yeah.
In there, every box had a pop socket.
I won't use it. Does anybody want a pop socket?
From Jeffree Star?
Press 1 now if you would like a pop socket. Enter to win at the Gemini Archives at gmail.com.
I'll just send it to whoever wants it.
Literally. Like, we'll just send it to you.
It's like, I have 2. I don't need that much. But
what were we saying? Oh yeah, it was cold on our birthday. We went down to the shore anyway. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was great. We hung out. We got some good food.
Good seafood.
Good seafood. Very good. Place called Lenny and Joe's here in Connecticut. It's great.
Well, there's 2 of them. One of them is more.
I think there's 3 of them.
Is it?
I think so, because there's one. The one we went to is in Madison, Connecticut.
Yeah,
then there's
which is more informal.
Yeah.
And then there's one in Westbrook.
And then there's one somewhere else in Connecticut, and I can't remember.
New Haven?
I think so.
I think that's where it is.
It's
anyway,
somewhere in there. So
we went to the one in Madison, which is a little more informal. It's like every seafood restaurant
in New England.
Yeah, it's like old and like a little rundown, but still like really cute.
All the tables have like splinters on them because they're just made of giant slabs of wood.
It's like the best seafood you'll ever get.
It's literally some of the best food. I got scallops. It's like some of the best food I ever had in my life. Because I talked about this many episodes ago, I think. One time I ate a scallop and it just betrayed me.
Yeah.
Just one scallop. Oh, yeah. It just betrayed me so bad. I'm like, how could it do so much damage?
Uh-huh.
And by betray, I mean, it made me fucking shit my brains out.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, one scallop. But these, not a single gastrointestinal disruption.
Yeah. And I'm sensitive to dairy and shit.
I know.
Like, I can't even really eat clam chowder anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You could eat the clear broth kind, but not the
milky kind. Like the actual kind.
Yeah.
The true clam chowder.
The good kind.
The queen of clam chowder.
Yes. So yeah, no, it was fun. We went and just hung out or whatever, and I gave Lauren some presents.
Yeah, I gave Megan presents too.
Yay.
I basically, if anyone knows what Living Dead Dolls is, it goes by, it's like collectible dolls that look like creepy.
They're horror dolls, basically.
Yeah, and they have series, so the very first series of Living Dead Dolls that came out was in like the early 2000s.
Yeah, I think it was 2003 when I was like, because I remember seeing it coming out when I was like 11.
Yeah.
So 2003.
That was 2003. So I bought Megan the rest of the collection. The first edition, no remake, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, because then they did the 13th anniversary edition.
Yeah, it was a re-release. That's what it was.
Yeah. Oh.
So
I was so angry because I thought I was getting a first series doll from you know, the very first one, but then it ended up being, they lied on the listing and it was a 13th anniversary edition.
Yeah, because and how you could tell is on the back, it'll say it.
Yeah, no pictures of the back, fucking pricks. So,
yeah. So he lied on the listing, but I found on eBay, God bless, for a significantly cheaper price than I thought it was going to be, because some of them run up hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
Mine were under $100 each, so they're pretty good. And I got those for Megan for her birthday.
Yeah, she basically completed. I think you gifted me all the series, because you got me 2 of them for Christmas and then the other 3 for my birthday.
Oh yeah, I did, huh?
Yeah, you gave me.
I bought you the entire first series.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We love you.
Love you.
Yeah. So, and it's fun. I'm in a group on Facebook for Living Dead doll collectors, which hilarious. This is what I do with my time.
Yeah.
And I posted a picture of all of them together, and someone said, and one of the dolls is named Damien, and he's a boy. And he wears like a little hat, and he's got like fucking black eyes.
Based off of
The Omen.
The Omen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's, you know, another one that's Posey, and she's based off like The Exorcist.
And funny enough, there's another doll in the series called Exorcist, and she's dressed up as a bunny.
Which is hilarious. I love that one. So I posted a picture, and someone commented like, "Oh, you're the one that got the crooked hat Damien." And I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently...
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me this.
I forgot to tell you. Apparently when they were made, there was one Damien with a crooked hat. And you got it for me.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I found that on eBay.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I didn't know that was a thing.
That was $80 for that. I had no idea.
Lord, I didn't spend nearly as much on your presents, by the way.
Oh.
That's a ridiculous... Why didn't you tell me?
Megan, they would have been $150 to $200 each.
I spent that much on a doll before. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. This may not be interesting to anyone, by the way, but we're talking about it. Sorry.
But I originally was gonna get you the 4 Horsemen. Like, I was gonna complete that, but those are so expensive. Like, I literally could not find them anywhere.
Well, because they're only exclusive to conventions, I think.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, you can only... Because mine that I got were at conventions.
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm stupid. I was going to get you that instead because I'm like, oh, she only needs like 2 more, but...
But then it would have been like $500
Yeah,
each.
it would have cost me more than getting the first series.
Sure. Oh, and I love that series. I've wanted that series since I was 11 years old.
Yeah.
Since before I hit puberty.
Well,
actually,
you have...
No, I hit puberty before that.
Yeah.
Sadly.
You have the big Posey that's like a full-size doll.
Yes.
And that was a gift.
They did like, that was actually my very first one that I ever had that I was given when I was 14.
Yeah.
Or when I just turned 15. Because they say for the dolls, 15 years or older.
Yeah.
To buy them. So, and a friend of ours had turned 15 before me. So she went and bought one. And it was... so the Posey doll I was talking about, but it's like 18 inches tall and it's made of porcelain. It's like a porcelain doll, basically. Yeah. And the hair's fucked because I did not take good care of it. But
yeah, we have to treat that hair.
Yeah, I have to treat the hair. But
it's easy. Like, you could treat doll hair.
Yeah, you have to, like, I think someone told me you mix equal parts water, fabric softener, put them in a little spray bottle and spray it through.
Yeah.
And that'll help it. It's synthetic hair anyway.
Yeah.
Not real. I don't think this is real hair. Because it's...
I don't think so either.
It's like Barbie hair. It's like synthetic.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I have so many fucking dolls. I don't even know where to put them all. They're all sitting in a stack. Like, I need to clean to make room for... Thank you, Lauren. Lauren's got this shit-eating grin on her face.
That was my fault.
No, it's great. I love it. And then for what I got for Lauren... So I got this thing. You can't see it, but it's over there. I got her. It's from 1981, I believe. It's a tabletop arcade cabinet, Pac-Man arcade cabinet, and it rules.
It's so... I was not even expecting it. You could tell it's from 1981 because it has 2 joysticks on the front of it, and they're a little stiff and kind of hard to move. But it still runs fantastically.
Yeah.
And it's in like really good condition.
And the good thing about this one, because I found many others, but the stickers on the side were all fucked up, like torn and shit.
Oh, I see.
This was the only one I found that were still mint, like intact.
Yeah.
So I got that. Sorry, I'm turning away from the mic. So I got that for Lauren because I'm like, we always talk about like we want to get like at some point like our own arcade cabinets when we can like afford it.
Yeah.
You know, like I really just want to start collecting them.
Like that and like pinball machines and stuff. Like
yeah.
literally make an arcade in our house.
Yeah, because I always loved them and I've always wanted to have them. And we had little things like this growing up too. Like my grandma had a little slot machine that just
we still
took
have
coins.
that somewhere.
Do we really?
Oh, you have to find it.
I know, I want to take it.
I know.
My grandma, because my grandma loved to gamble, and she had a little tabletop slot machine, and you could just put quarters and stuff in it. And then when you hit the jackpot, just like a bunch of quarters come flying out. Yeah. It was like a cute little novelty thing or whatever. But the thought of like you could own a machine like that, because we loved, obviously we've talked about it so much on the show, just like arcades or like Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. And the fact, or like the thought of owning one ourselves has always been like a thing with us. Like we're gonna do it. So that was the beginning of it, me getting this little tabletop one. And I was gonna get like a newer tabletop with like an actual LCD screen and everything.
Yeah.
But they're huge.
I know.
I'm like, where are we gonna put it? This was so small. I'm like, fuck it, you know?
Yeah, and it's cooler.
And it is cooler. So, and it's an original. We saw this in a museum somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And I found one. So, and then I got Lauren some vintage postcards that have hippos on them.
I'm so happy. Okay, by the way, the Dallas Zoo, one of the hippos there just gave birth like a few weeks ago, and they debuted the little baby like last weekend.
I know, it's so cute.
So fucking baby hippos are the cutest thing I've ever seen. They are just so fat and they just trot all over the place. I love it.
What? They still never said what the name was?
No.
What the fuck?
I know. There's no gender reveal. It's a genderless baby.
Well, what the baby's here. We're past gender reveal. It's just stating a fact. Yeah. What is it?
Fuck if I know.
Lauren, it's too early for you to be honest.
I haven't slept.
I know.
So
I'm sorry.
I got woken up by my neighbors because before the rain started, they just had to, renovate the part of their house that they're renovating.
Ugh.
So all I heard was a loud fucking hammering at 6:45 in the morning for 4.5 hours.
Ugh.
So I'm a little tired.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Fuck these people. Yeah. Fuck this place. It's like this fucking city is just a never ending let's be the loudest competition. And like we are surrounded by all of the finalists.
I know. It's horrible.
Literally. Like, if it's not these people renovating, it's the other people mowing their lawn and, like, using a leaf blower when there's no fucking leaves on the ground.
Yeah.
The people over here who rev up their motorcycles, like, they're showing it off at a car show.
Oh, dude, like,
when no one fucking cares.
All last week, I got woken up at, like, 9 a.m. every day because our neighbors across the street were peeling out of their driveway, and it was like ear-shattering loud.
Yeah.
Like it was insane. I'm like, hello, where do you think you live?
I know.
You know, like who's like, why do you have to throw your dick on the table?
Yeah, and then the other people up the street and like to the right a little bit have a fucking like one of those stupid like scooter things, and they zip up and down the sidewalk all fucking day. That's why when it rains, it's a blessing because none of them are out because it fucks up their wheels.
Yeah.
So it's like quiet finally.
Well,
I'm like,
I know.
I
it's
can't.
like, oh.
That's why, it takes us a while to put these podcasts up too, because it's like every time we go to record, it's fucking loud outside.
I know, because even today, Lauren's like, I don't know if we're going to be able to record because they're going to hear all the banging, but stopped
now
finally.
It's like downpouring outside, so they're not like outside.
Thank goodness.
So I mercifully was like, let's just record now before they start again.
Yeah, because we haven't done an episode in a while. We missed it, and we missed you.
Yeah.
We missed you. Hi.
Anyway, tangent. Megan got me vintage hippo
postcards.
Postcards.
One was from 1908 or something, and the other one was from... Wait, I have the dates. Sorry, I have to look at my phone really quick. Hold on. I'm going to get it up. I'm not going to get it up, but I'm going to get it up.
It's like that song from MSI.
One was from 1900, I'm sorry, and the other one's from 1917. So
I have them in frames. Right here.
well, I frame them.
Yeah.
And they're adorable. Wait, can I see? I could tell you which one is which.
I know.
Hold
I
on.
never put up pictures of these. I'm sorry.
It's fine. You can do them at some point.
I will.
This one is from 1917.
So it looks like Uncle Sam next to a hippo butt.
Yeah.
And it says, what does it say?
Shucks something.
Shucks, there ain't no such animal. Animile? Animal? Animile?
And Animile.
Animile?
Yeah, that's how it looks like it's spelled. And then the other one is a
I'll put up pictures of these.
oh, it says there's no use arguing, and it's like a guy like running away from a hippo that's like screaming at him.
Oh yeah.
It's so cute. I love this one.
I
in
know.
particular.
I like the hippo butts. Look
I know.
how fat it is.
You're a big fan of hippo butt.
I just like fat things.
Oh God. Please don't fall.
No, I got it.
Please don't fall. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Everything's fine. And then, what else did you get?
The cassettes.
Oh yeah, Megan got me a whole box set of Cannibal Corpse's, all their albums on cassette, basically.
Yeah.
From like when Corpse Grinder joined the band, like that first album, till Torture.
Yeah. Their newest album, the Black or whatever the fuck it's called.
Red Before Black.
Red Before Black. I couldn't think of what
Hold
it was
on.
called.
Hold on, I got it.
Oh God, we have to grab it. I know my dolls aren't in here, so Lauren has all the stuff around her.
The
Okay.
Undead Will Feast.
Yeah, and look they're beautiful. They're all mint.
No, they don't have Red Before Black.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, they do. I'm sorry, I lied
I was
to
gonna
you.
say.
Yeah, it's Worm Infested, Gore Obsessed, The Wretched Spawn, Skeletal Domain, Kill, Evisceration, Plague, and Torture. So, like, basically all the albums of Corpse Grinder.
Yeah. They put out a box set.
They put out a box set, and it's really well done. It's got a hand, like a decrepit hand coming up with, like, black nails.
And it's, like, in a nice, sturdy box.
Yeah,
and
it says The Undead Will Feast.
they were selling it through Hell's Headbangers for a while, and when I saw it, I'm like, well, because Cannibal Corpse
It
is,
says
like...
it on the back.
Cannibal Corpse is one of your favorite bands.
Yes.
So I was like, yeah, this is something Lauren would actually appreciate because you love all these albums.
Yes.
So even though I'm more partial to, the Barnes era songs, but it's fine. It's fine.
You know, there's a lot of good songs from that era. I like both.
Yeah. I like,
So-
I'll listen to both, but I've always listened more to I love Eating Back to Life.
Barnes is a little more...
Gritty.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
I do like the grit more. That's my same argument with Iron Maiden. That's why I loved Paul Di'Anno over Bruce Dickinson for a long time because Paul Di'Anno just sounded like rougher.
Yeah.
And I mean, oh sorry, I just fucking kicked Lauren.
It's okay.
But I love Bruce Dickinson. His voice is so operatic and like amazing.
Yeah.
But it's two different things. It's like comparing apples and bananas. you know?
It's same with Corpse Grinder too, because his is like he's got a deep ass voice.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
It's like it's like down to here.
Down
like
to
we're-
this motherfucker.
Like we're Eddie Murphy's dick.
Yeah.
And it's down to his kneecaps.
Dick's
you know?
down to this motherfucker.
Yeah. It's like voice down to this motherfucker. Like that's him.
Yeah.
You know? Barnes is just a different he doesn't sound great now. in
No,
6 Feet
I
Under.
mean, he sounded good in the 90s, but now he sounds like fucking shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because there's a certain way you gotta do, guttural and stuff.
Well, not even that. He's just, I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
It's like he got turned inside out. He's like a zombie now.
Well, he did a lot of drugs, so that, plays a
Well, I
part.
guess. Well, yeah, I'll do it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, he does not. Nobody likes 6 Feet Under.
I
Not
know.
a soul in the world likes 6 Feet
Besides
Under.
Ice-T,
Yeah.
who likes everything.
Yeah, it's true. But anyway, so that's what I ended up getting Lauren for her birthday. I thought those were very nice birthday presents.
They were, thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for completing my series. Because now I don't have any complete series for any, like, all the dolls that I have just kind of like are here and there and whatever.
Yeah, that's the only series you have that's complete.
The only series, and it's the very first one that's so hard to find.
Yeah.
But
Because they had, like, the entire series on eBay for $500. So,
oh god,
wait like 10 more years, it's going to be a lot of money.
Oh, I know. It's going to be like how me trying to get your portal gun.
Well, mercifully, we found a second one. I don't know if we talked about that or
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
In another episode, how I found another portal gun for Lauren, and it
was pristine and a lower price than the first one.
Yeah, and then we got extra free shit with it.
Yeah, I got those bookends, and I got some like collectible turrets. It was awesome.
It was great.
That guy was so nice.
Was the best seller.
He's like, oh, since you like Portal and you paid in full, here, I have some extra shit for you. Those bookends, you can't even find them anymore.
Yeah.
Or the turrets.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I have another one somewhere. It was like wooden, and I can't think of where I put it.
Yeah.
It like disappeared.
I know.
It got evaporated.
Whoops. We'll find it.
It fell into an incinerator and just died.
I know. Laura and I are going to start downsizing and cleaning soon.
Yeah, I'll find it. It's in
once
here
we
somewhere.
do that, it's going to just fall out of the ceiling.
And I'll be like, oh, here it is. I also have companion cube lights.
Yes.
And the good thing is, if I get a certain kind of like string of light bulbs, they're like the cubes come off the lights.
Yeah.
Like Christmas lights. And
I could always
replace it.
Excellent.
I have to find the right ones because I've gotten like so many strings of lights and they fit none of them.
I know.
So I have to find the right one.
Stupid.
I have to find the original listing and see what kind it is.
Yeah, I know.
But it's fucking ThinkGeek, dude, that comes out with all this like awesome Portal stuff and then it goes in 2 hours.
I know. It's like, what the fuck, ThinkGeek?
I know.
Like, you know this stuff sells. Make more of it.
I know.
But that's what makes it so rare.
I hate limited edition stuff.
I know. The only time limited edition should be like a thing is like, I don't know. Like, I know a lot of people like, oh, we're only making 500 or not 500, like 100 copies of like this album or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Because like, that's cool, you know, when you can own something like that. But things like Portal, it's like, give me a break. Like merchandise that could be easily made. Like, give me a break.
I know.
You can make more of that, you know? But whatever.
Well,
we're going to go to a break.
Yeah. Let's go to a break.
So summer's coming up. When the summer rolls around, for some reason, all I want to do is listen to black metal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're like this. I am like this. I know people that are like this also.
It's like yacht rock and black metal, literally.
I have no in between. Yeah. It's like Jerry Rafferty and fucking Abigor. Like, yeah. I have no in between. So, but no, that's not how I'm going to put in, by the way. I am going to put in a song from Ancestral Shadows, because I've been listening to an album of theirs recently, and it's amazing, and I can't stop listening to it. And now I'm making you all listen to it because I love it. Oh, fuck. Just bumping my elbow at the table. I don't know what song yet, but one of them is going in here, and I'm gonna have to cut it down a lot because their songs are long as fuck. So, I think we might be doing double black metal today from what you told me. Yeah, so I'm gonna throw that in here for you all to enjoy. And yeah, when we come back, we're gonna do something interesting. And it stemmed from me asking Lauren randomly out of nowhere what her favorite work of art was. Mm-hmm. And she did not know how to answer me. She's like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
And we were just thinking about it, like, man, it's like, what are like the questions that people ask, like, that are hard, like you can't answer on the spot?
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, we were like, let's just ask like a bunch of those questions today.
Yeah. Because I just like really go into it.
Yeah. And then like, you know, you could always tell us what your favorite things are, you know? Mm-hmm. We're on Instagram, we're on fucking Facebook, we're everywhere. Just tell us what your favorite shit is.
I'm also on Twitter.
And yeah, Lauren has the podcast on Twitter.
I haven't really posted anything on there. No one follows us.
Yeah, I know. There is no point in being on Twitter.
I know. Literally, I don't know why I have that Twitter, so I might delete it.
Yeah, I know. Unless watch you say that, and then we're going to get like 2,000 people follow us.
Oh, could you actually imagine? That would be funny.
That'd be hilarious. I mean, no one ever really checks the Facebook either. Because here's my gripe with platforms like this, and I'm going to say this too, now that I just thought of it. Trying to promote anything through social media now, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want it to get out there, you have to pay money. Like, ad revenue and shit. Yeah. Here, give us $20 and we'll promote your shit. Because I just opened an Etsy store
Oh yeah.
I meant to mention that like a million years ago, but yeah, I opened an Etsy store finally, and like nobody knows about it because every time I try to post about it on Facebook, Facebook limits promotional posts. So I can't reach people with it.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. So I have an Etsy, everyone. Hi, hello, I'm on Etsy. I'm official now. Yay!
Yay!
And well, I'm going to have Lauren put the link in the description of this episode. And all the rest if you want to go. I have PDF files that you can download and like print out or use as phone backgrounds, you know, kind of just within reason, make your own. Don't resell my shit, please. And I have some prints available. I'm going to get more in soon. I have to slowly make them all because it takes a while. And I have original. You can commission me on there. I have a listing where you can buy original artwork. I will draw your loved ones. I will draw your pets. I will draw you. I will draw whatever. I'm doing a discount on memorial portraits, or I'm calling them now, which I will draw your deceased loved ones for a discount price. So it's all very exciting. Just wanted to throw that in there. If anybody is looking for some artwork, get in touch with me.
Yeah.
I'm only doing portraits and digital art. Don't ask me to do anything else. I'm not a painter. I'm not a sculptor. I'm not a miracle worker. Don't ask me to do anything else. So I just wanted to say that really quick. I'm sorry. I just wanted to
That's okay.
throw that in there.
I know. I knew you were going to do that anyway. So.
Yeah. So, Ancestral Shadows. Putting them in. We're, yeah, and when we come back, we're going to ask each other some questions. I don't know if we're going to get to all these, depending on how long it takes for each.
Yeah, oh my god, I know.
We have like 10. We're not going to probably get to them all, but we're going to try. So, all right, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yes.
That wonderful song.
I put in earrings over the break.
Yes.
I haven't worn earrings in a little bit.
Lauren's like, I'm afraid my holes are going to close up.
Yeah, I literally have not worn earrings in months. I'm like, are my holes going to close? Probably not.
They take like a lifetime to close, though.
Not your nose or your lip or anything. Those close instantly if you don't wear them. But the ears, I feel like wouldn't.
Well, because there's so much here.
Yeah.
It takes a while to close up.
Yeah. Anyway, so now I have earrings in. Just little, they're like little pearls. Whatever.
They're cute. I like them.
Thanks. So.
I know, I have earrings that I wear every so often, but I haven't worn them in a while. I just haven't.
I know, I just don't wear my like, if I had like a nose piercing or like something like that, I would just not
I wouldn't take it out.
So.
I know, like I don't really wear much jewelry anymore.
I don't either.
Like, I'll wear like a couple bracelets sometimes. I have necklaces that I'll wear. Usually I wear just like chokers now.
Yeah.
Or as somebody posted on Facebook, they said it was like a black belt in giving head. So.
Well.
What does that say about me, I guess?
Anyway.
My
lips are so chapped. Now I'm just bitching.
Lauren.
I know. I have to put coconut oil on them because, like, it's not just chapped. They're, like, tight and chapped. It's fucking ridiculous.
I'm going to refrain.
Maybe I need to suck dick. Is that what it is?
You need to have your mouth lubed by dick.
I guess. Anyway.
So, the
These questions.
So I guess we'll start with the one that I asked you, whenever it was last week or whatever. What's your favorite work of art, Lauren, now that we've had weeks to think about it?
I literally had to think about this because I'm like, God, I've seen so much.
And I mean, there's so much artwork out there. How do you pick just one?
I know. And I know this is generic, and I'm sorry, but this is my favorite, is Starry Night.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I don't know. Someone put a video out a while ago, and it was basically Starry Night, but it was VR.
Yeah.
So you were like in the painting, and it was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, this really speaks to me on an emotional level.
Yeah.
Like it like gives me all the happies. Like I don't know how to describe it.
All the happies?
All of it. So, and plus I'm like a big fan of like nature,
Yeah.
So I gravitate more towards art that has nature in it,
like landscapes and
like
shit.
like a Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Like a sky or some trees.
The ocean.
Definitely the ocean.
Yeah. I know, I do love artwork like that.
Yeah, I'm like, or like space, like with stars and planets and stuff. I love stuff like that.
Yeah. So. I love, you ever see like the street artists who use basically just like, spray paint to, like make like these beautiful like galaxies and stuff like that. That stuff, that's like real art to me. Like that, they took like nothing and they made something beautiful. That's the art that I love the most too. Mm-hmm. So every time I see those videos, I'm like mesmerized.
I know.
And like,
I bet there's a compilation on YouTube of it.
Yeah. And anyone that does sculpting. I wish I could do that.
Or, what's really great too is, and you've seen them, the guy who restores old art.
Yes. Oh my God. I follow him on Instagram. I'm going to get his name really quick. There's a guy in Chicago, I believe, who, and his videos are probably circulated. He, removes old varnish. He does touch ups and stuff. But,
and restores paintings that are like hundreds and hundreds of years old.
Yeah. I can't think of his fucking, I'll put it in the description or whatever. But, this guy, I mean, it's incredible what he does. And it's like, he knows and he's very good at touch-ups too. Like, it doesn't look like, that woman that touched up that mosaic of Jesus and it looks like someone sat on his face.
Yeah.
It actually looks like the original. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's mine.
Yeah. So mine, it's funny because my favorite work of art is in my favorite building ever. And it's inside the Elms in Newport, Rhode Island, which is a beautiful mansion that I wish I lived there.
Yeah.
I would give anything to live there.
I'm just going to check really quick and just make sure that's the right name of the painting I said.
A Starry Night?
Yeah.
I believe that's the name of the painting.
Yeah, The Starry Night. It's Van Gogh, by the way, Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah.
For anyone who didn't know.
So my favorite painting is by an artist who is prominent during the Gilded Age, and maybe a little bit after that, is Giovanni Boldini. And there's a painting he did that's in the Elms. It's a fucking massive painting.
The Elms in Newport, Rhode Island.
Yes. I don't know what she was. She was associated with a lot of wealthy people.
She was like aristocratic,
Yeah, and her name was, her full name on the painting is Elizabeth Wharton Drexel Lair. And I think it was just Elizabeth Drexel or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But the painting of her specifically is one of my favorites. Because the thing with Boldini, and I'm speaking from an art perspective as someone, and I love portrait art. Like old portraits and things like that. And people that were it was like original photography, basically.
Right.
What I like about Boldini is that you could tell that it was a painting. He used large, fast, brush strokes. Mm-hmm. Like it had his paintings had a lot of movement to them. It was just done. And she's holding a little dog, and it's adorable. And you could tell it's paint. It was painted. It doesn't look like a portrait. Because they're Renaissance paintings where it's so smooth and even and saturated. But this is done very quick. And I think I read somewhere it took him 2 to 3 hours for a painting, he would go quick because he did a lot of them.
Yeah, which is really fast for a painting.
Extremely fast.
Yeah.
Especially for how big this painting is. It's like 10 feet tall. It's a fucking huge painting.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine. Like, an original Boldini is like worth every penny that I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And I would love one someday. But I remember when I was 18, I saw that painting for the first time and I went, this is the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. And then I went in the gift shop. They were selling little replicas, I guess.
Yeah.
And I bought the one of her, and it's my favorite thing that I own. So that is my favorite work of art because I remember just being like, that's what I want to do. And that's when I started. Sorry, I'm getting more text. That's when I started taking my art more seriously because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Boldini. Look up his artwork if you're not familiar. It is beautiful.
It's stunting, bitch.
Yes. But okay, sorry. In so many words, that's what I.
Yeah. We're going deep on these questions, so
yeah,
y'all are just gonna have to live with it.
Yeah. So, another one was what's the last book you read, Lauren, and when? Oh, Lauren just sat with her mouth agape for a second.
The last fiction book I read was, oh my god, I think it was The Hobbit. Honestly,
yeah,
I read The Hobbit, and the one that I got was like a mini version of it. It was like a tiny little like pocket-sized book of The Hobbit.
Yeah,
but it was still basically the whole story. It maybe written down a little bit more, but I love The Hobbit. I like it more than Lord of the Rings, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like, I just like the story. It's so much better. But the thing I hate, though, is the movies, because they added all this romance and all this fucking extra shit in there that didn't need to be there.
As they do.
Yeah, but I wish they just stuck truer to the book, because the book itself is incredible.
Yeah.
So, I really love The Hobbit, and I love, stuff like that, and
people just want to see other people fuck, I think.
Probably. Well, they need, something, for people to relate to.
Oh, dramatic and whatever.
It's like, how do you relate to, little people in a book in, like, a fantasy land? Oh, you put some romance in there.
Yeah, I guess.
Because for the generic audience that watches it, that's what they're going to go to. But for the people that actually enjoy the shit, they're not going to.
Well, that's how I felt about Coraline, too, when they added in that kid.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like, oh, she needs, like, a friend to talk to because we can't have her talking to herself. But it's like, you could have done it better.
Yeah.
It's just, there's other ways to do it. And
yeah.
So I understand that.
Yeah, so that's the last, fiction book I read. But the actual last book I read was a book about emotional abuse. Hold on. I have it over here. Let me get the name of it because it was really helpful.
Should I start singing the Bob Ross theme?
Stop.
What if I did? I just sat here and just screamed, sang the entire intro.
It's called The Verbally Abusive Relationship by Patricia Evans. And I got recommended this book after my experience with my ex. Mm-hmm. And it has helped me so much. It's the best way to look for verbal abuse in your life. Mm-hmm. I swear, after I've read this book, it's like now I can point it out in a second.
Yeah, because here's the thing, too. There are some people that are verbally abusive and they don't realize that's what they're doing.
Like, an example of verbal abuse is, with someone who's like, oh, you're too sensitive. Oh, grow up. It's not a big deal. That's verbal abuse.
Yeah.
And if you say it enough to someone, it's going to do damage.
Yeah.
So maybe don't do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and it just, it talks more so about verbal abuse and, relationships, boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, but it could go for anything. Parents, friends, grandparents, whoever.
Yeah.
So, I highly recommend reading that.
Yeah, it's a great book.
Yeah.
The last book I read was Confessions of a Funeral Director by, I can't remember, Caleb Wilde, I believe his name is. Mm-hmm. And Caleb is a funeral director born into a family of funeral directors. Mm-hmm. So that's what he ended up doing with his life path and keeping the family business in a small town in Pennsylvania, I believe. And he just talks about things that he's learned over the years of, you know, the stigmas behind death, why we treat death as so like taboo, you know, and how impersonal it's become, and how we don't deal with it properly. We're so quick to just, you know, shut down our emotions because we don't want to deal with it because it's too hard. But he says that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to cry and scream, and especially it's coming more so from a male perspective.
Yeah.
And how men like have to like, they feel like they have to hold everything in because, you know, we're women. I'll fucking cry at Finding Nemo.
Oh,
I don't give a shit.
cried at Finding Dory.
Yeah.
That was sadder than Finding Nemo.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
oh my God. I went and saw the movie with my mom. We were sobbing, and someone behind us fell asleep. I'm like, how could you be so insensitive? It was beautiful.
So
Sorry.
I love that book though.
Yeah.
I think it's very important for people to read because we all experience death in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody goes through life without experiencing death. That's just
Some people go longer
Yeah.
without experiencing it, but you're gonna experience it at some point.
Yeah, and I just think it's a good way to like understand like what it's happening because we know they all teach you like in psychology classes like the 5 stages of death or whatever, like denial, and then, you know, like grief, acceptance, blah blah, whatever the fuck they are. I don't even remember.
Anger, you know, sadness,
And they think they're supposed to happen in that order, and then you're fine, but that's not how it happens.
Yeah.
Like, we're all different. Some people laugh, some people cry, some people throw up, some people do like everybody reacts differently, and they're all justified. You know, that's what nobody tells you. Like, if you don't feel anything, like if you don't cry or anything, that's okay too, you know? But if you're suppressing it, that's when it's bad. So that's what this book talks about, and just like stories of like things that he's done and people that he's met through the years, and how it like kind of shaped his view on life and death, basically. Mm-hmm. So, because, you know, I worked in the funeral business, and I saw a lot of this stuff firsthand too, and it is eye-opening. I think everybody should go visit a morgue at least once.
Yeah.
Just once, you know, and just it'll really like keep you in check.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was the last book I read. It was really great. I just got a new one that I'm going to read that somebody recommended me about the law of attraction, which I'm excited to read.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it exactly, but it's great so far from what I read. But yeah, we don't get to read as much as we used to.
I know.
That was like months ago I read that book.
I know. This was months ago for me too, so.
Yeah. I've been busy trying to make money and, you know, doing art and things like that. So
yeah.
I like to read when I can, but it's not always all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see. Next question. Along with that, your favorite book and movie of all time and why?
Oh. My favorite book, I'm going to say House of Leaves.
Oh, that's a good one.
By Mark Danielewski, and I think that's how you say his last name. Mm-hmm. It's the most mind-fucking book I have ever read.
It's insane.
I have read it 6 times, and I'm still finding new shit every time. It's a huge... If you're really into psychological books, I highly, highly recommend it. And it's a little scary, too. It's kind of like a horror.
Yeah, there's so many layers to it.
It's some of the most beautifully written things I've ever seen, you know? Like, just... like beautifully terrifying. There's like a passage about just like it. I literally have it quoted on my Facebook, I think, of how like your demons come up to catch you and they're literally right here, like right in your face.
Yeah.
And it comes so fast you could barely fucking see it. And just, it spoke to me on such a, because I'm a writer, so it spoke to me on such like an artistic level.
Yeah.
And inspired a lot of my writing. It was that book for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's about a guy who finds these set of like journals from someone who lived in his apartment building, and it's just so, it's about a house. It's kind of like Rose Red, the house that just kind of builds itself.
Yeah.
It just never stops.
Except it's not building physical thing, it's building like dark matter almost.
Yeah. It's like, it's a spiritual thing.
Yeah, it's like a black hole that just keeps going and going and going.
And it's hard to get out of, or impossible for that matter, and you're just stuck in a black hole. Like, it's intense. And the way it's written too is what makes it stand out, because you have to go back to pages. They have these super long footnotes that you have to read, and like all these puzzles and poems and all this
and like
stuff.
some pages have like 3 words on them.
Yeah,
it's insane. Like and some of it is in a language that I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Latin or like something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what the language is, but because I've read it before too. I've only read it a few times. I can't focus when I'm reading it. Like, there's so much happening. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I can follow the storyline with the guy who finds the journals.
Yeah.
But everything after that, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
It's bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
But it's beautifully written, and it's great.
It is.
And
great.
like I like so many books, but that one really speaks to me. That's like a modern book that I really like.
Yeah.
Because I really love old literature too.
Yeah.
Like I like to read poetry a lot. I really love, or short stories like Edgar Allan Poe stuff or Emily Dickinson, but like that book is just, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I highly recommend everyone reads that book. So,
yeah.
What about yours?
Shit. I mean, I love so many books too. You and I always grew up like big readers. So there's so many books that it's like you said favorite book, there's like 4 that jumped out at me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, I'm going to say this one just because it's something that always like, I don't know, it just resonated with me on a level that I don't really want to get into. But Coraline.
Mm-hmm.
Coraline by Neil Gaiman. My favorite book of all time. And
really?
Not the most, because I do love, there's another book called Dark Debts by Karen Hall.
That's the one I thought you were going to say.
I love that book, but here's the difference. With Coraline, it's like, when I go back to it, it's like I'm immediately immersed and all over again. It's like a new experience every time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, because some books, once like you read it so much, that magic, quote unquote, is like kind of gone because you know what's going to happen. But with Coraline, I never had that. I love the illustrations in that book, like the crude sketches or whatever. It is a very easy read. I could read that whole book in one day. But the way it was written, very simplistic, very, it was very consistent with the way that it was written.
Yeah.
It didn't like start something, then veer off to something else, then go back to this, and then get back to the main point. Like, it was very consistent because it is kind of like it's not really a kid's book though.
But kids could read it.
Yeah. It's like a young adult book, I would say, like for teenagers.
Yeah.
And it always was my favorite just because the setting, I love things with like houses.
Yeah.
Like haunted houses, whatever the case may be. Like my favorite miniseries is Rose Red.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's based on the Winchester Mystery House that just kind of like builds itself.
Right.
And Coraline, this is more so, it was like a portal into another world, but it was still just this one house where the portal was. And it's just like, I always loved that, like I always loved Coraline, like her as a character. I related to her, like it's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big fan of like cute, creepy things. I love Tim Burton and things like that, and things that kind of, and we'll get into it with my favorite movie too. Like I like anything that kind of veils the, or like kind of thins the veil between life and death, where it's just kind of like one continuous thing. Big fan of that. Yeah. That's also reflected in my favorite movie. I'll just say Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I think we all knew that was my favorite movie, but because that's what Beetlejuice did too. It like veiled, or it thinned the veil between life and death. Because she would just, in a literal way, like she would just go to what they call the netherworld, just like, okay, I'm going to the afterlife now. I'll be back home soon. Like she would just go.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. So
I imagine that's how, like spirit is.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna go to the human world and then I'll be back.
Yeah. Like that, I always love that idea because like you and I experienced a lot of like loss in our lives when we were kids, and
it's, you don't understand it as a kid.
Yeah, that's how I kind of rationalized it as a kid, and it was comforting to me to know like, oh, they could come back if they want to.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, your grandma's not completely gone. Like she's here. She just kind of comes back and forth and you can't really see her.
Yeah.
So I always thought that, and that's why I always gravitated, even like very young, I gravitated towards things like that. Mm-hmm. Like even real monsters, even though they were monsters, they would go into the human world,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like, I always loved that idea of just like no borders, you know, for that. And yeah, so that's why I love Beetlejuice, and that's kind of why I love Coraline too, because they both kind of do that.
Yeah.
And that's what resonates with me. So what's your favorite movie?
Honestly, The Goonies.
Yeah?
Every time I think of like a favorite, it's always The Goonies. Because here's the thing about The Goonies. It has literally everything in one movie. It has adventure. It has romance. And I know I just gave like The Hobbit a hard time for like putting romance and stuff in it. But The Goonies isn't based off a book. Right. It's a movie, you know? So, at least I don't think it's based off a book.
Hold on. I'm going to see if it is a book.
I don't want to be ignorant.
Hold on.
I don't think it is.
Let me see.
Let's see.
Oh, I spelt it completely wrong.
The Gobbies.
Yeah, I spelt it like Hoonies.
Hoonies sounds like a thing you call like pantyhose, like your Hoonies.
Well, they made a book based on the movie.
Yeah, but it wasn't originally a book. So, that's why. Like, it has, you know, romance, it has adventure, it has a moral, it has everything. And I love the story behind the Goonies.
Yeah.
Of like, being so determined to go after, you know, what you want. Even if it is just like a pirate, you know?
Yeah, but it's for the greater good. Like, we're going to save our homes from getting destroyed.
Yeah.
You know? And I know, I always love the Goonies too. We're looking at it right now.
I have a Goonies poster on my ceiling. Literally. Just, I don't know. That movie really speaks. And I really like, and I know it's like my kind of favorite, but it would be like a very close second is The Exorcist.
Yeah.
That movie scares the crap out of me.
Yeah.
To this day. I remember watching it at 11 years old, and I couldn't go to sleep for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I watch it every year on Halloween. Like around Halloween time anyways.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I keep going back to that movie. Maybe because it was so well made for its time. It was so beyond the 70s.
Oh, it's beyond now. It's insane.
It's just is very advanced, you know? No wonder why people were passing out and throwing up and faint, like all that stuff when they went and saw it.
It's insane.
Can you imagine going from like Love Boat to like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
literally.
It's like it's ridiculous. So
well, my close second was Clerks for movies.
I love Clerks.
Because what I love about Clerks, like you said, The Exorcist was beyond its time. Clerks is very period specific.
Yeah.
You couldn't make Clerks in 2019.
No.
You could try, but it was RST video. There's no video stores anymore.
Yeah.
You know? There's, you know, like the way they did things, you know?
Video stores were very short-lived.
Yeah.
They were probably only around for like 30 years.
Yeah.
So.
It's crazy. Like, you couldn't make that movie now. What would RST video be? It would just be a fucking iPod or something.
Yeah. It would be like a makeshift Apple store.
Yeah, it would be like an iPad or something just in the middle of the room. Like, oh, watch the movie that you want. There it is. It's just like, you couldn't do that now. And I love movies that are very much their own.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like that with a lot of things. Like, things that are undeniably their own.
Yeah.
Like, Kevin Smith's, like, style that he uses and, like, I mean, this is his only black and white movie, I believe.
Yeah.
But just like the low, like indie feel to it, like that, and just the language he uses and everything else. It's very unlike anything I had ever seen up until I watched that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about it. Like, it's so, it's like a time capsule almost.
Yeah.
Of like a time that I remember fondly.
Yeah.
So. And that's why I love Clerks. And that is some of the best fucking lines in history. You know, 37 dicks in a row or whatever. And,
yeah.
You know, have your...
it's like The Exorcist, too. Some of the most memorable lines in movies.
Yeah, I'm not even supposed to be here today. Like, all that shit, you know?
Like, your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. For the 70s? What the fuck?
That's a lot for fucking 2019, even.
Yeah.
You know?
You know? The spinning head, the pea soup, vomit, you know, that they used, and like, it talks about, you know, things that are very not talked about now.
Yeah.
And after going to the Warrens Occult Museum, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, I don't even like talking about it.
I don't
honestly.
either.
It's like I would just prefer to watch Clerks.
Yeah. But okay.
Moving on from that. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I'm going to ask that one.
Okay.
Let's see. Sorry, hold on. I like this one. What is one thing that people always misunderstand about you?
Oh my God. You go first because I have to think.
Oh my God, I have to think too. Well, you know what? Okay, I'll jump into it. So the one thing that people always misunderstand about me is that they think I'm a much more... Like, people are always shocked by how nice I am. Like, people think I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, that's the... I don't know if that's the impression I give or what it is, but, like, I've had that so many times in my life where, you know, oh, based on the way you look, like, I would never think that you were this nice. Like, I've had people tell me that before. And I'm like, what does that even mean? I never... That's the thing with me, though. I never thought my appearance and the way I act were mutually exclusive. You know, just because I looked a certain way doesn't mean I have to act a certain way either. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't take any shit, you know? Like, I'll be nice to you, but I'm also not going to let you be a fucking dick to me. But, like, so many times in my life where people are like, oh, I didn't realize how nice you were. It's like, why wouldn't I be, you know? Like, oh, because I listen to metal and fucking do all the shit, whatever. It's just like, I never understood that. You know, why people are so quick to like that's the way they judged me.
Yeah.
You know? And then I'm like, is it the way I'm dressing? Is it just because you and I are tall, you know? I'm like, am I just intimidating because I'm like tall or, you know, or I'm also very, I could be a lot for some people because I'm very out there.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, just like outspoken, I'll say. Like, I'm very... You know, I'm personable. Like, hey, how are... Like, I'll fucking talk to anyone. And that scares a lot of people because they're a lot more subtle. So, and I think I'm like, maybe I just intimidate people that way because I'm very like, you know, I'll just go approach anyone really. And I'm like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not very, in social situations, I'm not very like awkward or whatever. I can be sometimes, but usually I'm not. But... And I think it intimidates a lot of people. I didn't realize that, like, I intimidated people. You know? Like, it's not my intention to do that. You know? Because I like to think I am a nice person. And I treat people very... Especially, like, if I, you know, really care about you. Like, I'll go out of my fucking way. You know? So, I always thought that was funny how people, took like my appearance and like the things I'm into and use it as, oh, like she's gonna fucking hate me or she's gonna be
and I
asshole.
get the same thing too.
Yeah, but it's like I'm not like that at all. Like, you really like approach me or whatever and like, you know, just be like, hey, what's up? Like, I'll fucking talk your ear off. You know, and you know, ask about how you're doing and you know, shit like that. Like, I'm not a bad person, guys. Everyone thinks, and I hate when people say this too, like, oh, you're the evil twin. They say that to me.
That fucking makes me so, like...
It's so stupid.
That kind of gets into what I was going to say. People's biggest misconception about me is they just think shit doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like, because I kind of put on a front of, I don't really let things bother me, and a lot of things don't bother me, but things bother me, you know? When you say, oh, don't take offense to this, but... And by the way, that has never happened where someone's like, no offense, but... And have never, like... You've always say something offensive after that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Like, just be offensive then. Don't say no offense, because you're gonna be offensive anyways.
Yeah.
But, yeah, people just, you know... They unload all their crap onto me and just think I'm not going to be bothered by it because, oh, well, you don't really get bothered by much, so here, take my emotional garbage. But it's like, I get bothered by things. If anything, that affects me more than anything, is when people, you know, unload all their garbage onto me without asking. You know, here's the difference of just throwing your life's problems at someone who genuinely wants to know and wants to help and care, versus throwing it at someone who didn't ask for it, you know? It's like, I understand you need to confide in someone, but confide in someone who will be there for you, not just someone you know, that you met on the street.
Yeah.
You know, like, I can't be your emotional backbone if I don't know you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people I just meet are already unloading all of their emotional baggage onto me. And it's like, I don't know what to do with this. You know, I don't know how to help you.
I don't really know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have friends like that too who, like, when they get into a situation or something where they're really, like, upset and it's like my phone is just, like, blowing up. Like, they don't know how to, like, calm down. And it's just like, okay, like, I'm your friend and I care, but I can only take so much, you know? I can't be, and, you know, I'm doing stuff sometimes. It's like, I can't be there 24 hours a day.
Well, right.
You know? Like, if it's inconvenient, you know? Like, if I'm, you know, working or on something or whatever, like, I don't have time to sit there and talk.
Yeah. And
like, can it wait until I'm done?
Yeah, and then it's like, then I have a problem, and it's like they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
You know, that makes me so angry. Like, where the fuck was everyone when I was going through my breakup, you know?
Yeah.
Like, literally, I got no support. Like, almost none from my friends, you know, who I helped out. And it's like, thanks. I really appreciate that. And I'm calling all you out because you fucking know who you are.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know? Like, people just don't think I get bothered by much, so they just... Maybe it's because they feel comfortable. I don't know what it is, but it's like... But I do. I'm like any other human being who gets bothered by emotional baggage that you just unload onto someone.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not fair that you put all your shit on me and expect me to solve it, and I didn't even ask for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, it'd be one thing if you're like, I'm having a hard time right now, and I need help.
Yeah, it's like, can you help me? It's like, okay, well, at least you asked, and then I'd be more receptive to helping. But when you just do it, and then I try to help you, and here's the other part too, where you just don't, like, emotionally, you know, return the favor, or you aren't grateful for it, like, that fucking bothers me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, thanks. You know, I really appreciate the fact that, you know, you just treat me like shit after I try to help you.
Yeah.
You know, it may not be what you want to hear, but it's what you have to hear.
Yeah.
So, because I'm that kind of person too who will just give you the hard truth. I'm not really soft. Like, I'm like, well, I am, but I'm not. Like, I will listen and I empathize and understand, but I will also give you the cold hard truth of, hey, this is what's happening, and this is, you know, what I think, you know, could help solve it.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to me, but I'm going to give you the truth anyway, because fuck it.
Yeah.
So, I'd say that's the one thing people misunderstand about me, is that nothing bothers me, and they could just unload all their garbage onto me all the time.
Yeah.
So.
I know. Same thing happens to me, so I understand that.
Yeah. I also get the intimidation thing, too. Like, people just, like, think I'm intimidating to talk to.
Yeah, like, oh, like, she doesn't seem very, like, she's just going to be an asshole to me. Like, I'm not an asshole, guys.
Yeah, well, I'm
Sorry.
not either.
You know?
I know, we both get the same thing, but we get the other things more.
Yeah.
So.
On a lighter note.
Yeah.
What's your idea of a perfect vacation, Lauren?
Oh boy. I'm so excited. I love vacations.
I know we talked about vacations in our last episode, or 2 episodes ago, whenever it was, but, we didn't talk about what our perfect vacation was.
So, here's mine. It's going somewhere tropical. Just blue. You know?
Yeah.
And warm and carefree, being in, like, a perfect environment like that for me. And being on a beach for, like, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, if I can afford it. Just doing nothing. Because I know some people who like to go on vacation and have, like, experiences, you know, like go like parasailing and, you know, zip lining and scaling a mountain. Like, I'm not like that. My vacation is laying down and sleeping and then going to dinner. Like, that's perfect for me. And with, like, a little experience between, maybe going to, like, a museum or going to, like a shop, you know, something small and that doesn't require a lot of energy. Because my idea of vacation is relaxation.
Me too.
So, and that's how I relax. I lay on a beach, or I go shopping, or, you know, I have food. Food is a big part of it for me.
Yeah.
I like going to different places and having the food. I'm a foodie. I love different like foreign foods. Like when we went to Italy,
Oh,
all we did was eat.
Yeah.
Like literally.
but
all
we
day.
walked it all off, so it was
Yeah.
fine.
So
I know, like, it's funny because I like that stuff too.
yeah, but that
Excuse me.
would be mine for like 2 weeks and just like in a little beach hut, like near like right off the beach.
Yeah,
So
like I would love to do that too, but like
like
honestly,
the Maldives.
yes,
Oh my god.
so beautiful there. So like, I would do something like that too, but ultimately, what I really would love to do, there's like two of them. It's either go to Prague or go to Scotland and go look at castles. And I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
That's literally what I want to do. I know it may not be the most like relaxing, but it is kind of relaxing because they're
But
abandoned.
I would do that too. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
They're like abandoned and like, you know, you can just kind of take your time and take pictures. It's just like, and they're beautiful
Yeah.
for fuck's sake. And like, I
Well,
want to.
you and I are huge history buffs too. So
Yeah.
like we're all about museums and like history and stuff.
Yeah, and like, I want to go to like the bone churches in Prague, and they have so much history there. I want to go buy a marionette because they still make them there by hand, which is insane. And you know, there's just so much in Prague that I want to like see. And I know it's like not the most, you know, it's not the Maldives, or it's not like the most relaxing vacation, but man,
But I would do that too.
yeah, it just seems like it would just be so rewarding to me to
Yeah.
like do something like that, or go to Scotland, because at least like, you know, in Scotland they got huge, beautiful open fields. I could go fucking take a nap in a field or something.
Yeah.
So, and I'm okay with that, you know?
Yeah.
Hang out with a bunch of castles, fucking, you know. I would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
That's like or, you know, I will say either Prague or Scotland, you know, or Vienna even.
Yeah.
Go see
Like the sausages.
yeah. Go
Sorry.
see-
But I would do that too. I would love to go to Europe and like, but also I would love to go to Greece,
Oh,
like Santorini. Holy fuck, it's beautiful there.
yes. We just want to do a lot of traveling.
I know. Meg and I want to just travel the world.
Yeah, I think like eventually when I retire, I'm just going to be one of those people that's never home, and I'm just going to live out of my car.
We're gonna take after our great aunt who passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
Our Aunt Carol. She was a world traveler.
She went
Alwa-
everywhere.
Always going somewhere. And I feel bad because I never really got to talk to her about a lot of stories about like places she's gone, but I'm sure, you know, there's family we could talk to about it.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
She's been all over the place. So that's my goal too.
Yeah.
Is to like just travel the world one
Yeah.
day.
It would be great.
I know.
So, perfect
but-
vacation, the entire world.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
So
Okay. Do we have time for one more?
yeah, let's do one more.
Okay, one more.
So how many was that? Like 6?
Yeah. I know.
We talked so fucking much, dude.
I know. I mean, there's two. I really want to do this one.
Well, we could do
but-
2.
Okay. Because this one I don't think it'll take very long. What are some of your favorite songs?
Oh my god. Oh boy.
The Locomotion.
Seriously?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Just like you started like maybe of like Toto's Africa.
Oh, please.
Like
Well, on that same kind of wavelength, I'd say More Than a Feeling from Boston.
yeah.
One
that's
of
a
my
good song.
favorite songs ever. In Jump from Van Halen. Very unpopular by the true Van Halen fans, but like, ooh, what a feel-good song.
Yeah.
I put that shit in the car when I'm driving for more than an hour.
Yeah.
And with the windows down, I'm like scream singing
Yeah.
it. Oh my god. The people next to me are concerned. They're like, is she alright?
Oh my god, it's true. Like, man, I have so many favorite songs though.
I know.
Like, oh, that just there's so many. Like, I love what's it called from Iron Maiden? Jesus Christ, I can't think of the name. It's it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right there. It's right there. Fuck, I can't think of the name of it. I think it's. Well, I'll just say Iron Maiden. The song Iron Maiden from
Yeah.
Iron Maiden. I remember being like
Do you remember? Sorry.
10 years old
Yeah.
and just hearing the opening riff for that song and going, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, I was hooked after that. Like, I would stop listening to Iron Maiden since I was 10 years old.
I know.
It's insane. Like, that opening riff for Iron Maiden was just like my favorite thing in the world.
I know.
And I love, shit. There's so many. I love, recently it's been Pagan Altar.
Yeah.
Been big on that. Their song Night Rider. Good song. It's a good song.
I love so many AFI songs
because
they have
AFI.
such a large spectrum of like different kinds of songs.
Yeah.
That like I could pull a song from every album that they've ever done and be like, yeah, I remember this. But the one we were talking about recently, because it was the 13th anniversary, was for December Underground.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, yesterday or 2 days ago, is the anniversary of our friend Lucas passing away.
Yeah. We miss you, Lucas.
I know. I miss him so much. He was one of my best friends in high school and unfortunately
middle school too.
Yeah, in middle school. And yeah, he passed away from
we don't know what.
I know. I'm not really sure.
I'm not really sure what
I heard overdose, but like
we don't know really.
I don't know.
If someone out there that knows him can confirm it for us, let us know.
Yeah, because I think that's what it was.
I think so too. I don't know though. I mean, he was 21 when he died.
Yeah,
which is
he was really young.
Too young.
But we used to, like, I would go over to his house and write. That album came out in 2006. So
yep.
13 years, and we were freshmen in high school, and we just got the album, and we walked around like his whole block, like scream singing that album.
Yeah,
and everyone was like staring like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I do think of him every time I hear that album too, because we did listen to it a lot with him.
You know, he was one of my best friends. Yeah. But yeah, like I could pick a song from that album, like especially Sing the Sorrow, which is my favorite album of all time, and Art of Drowning and Black Sails, and
I love Black Sails.
And just like every album is different, has different songs, because I listen to those albums at different parts of my life too, so like it makes me think of different parts and reminds me of different things. I usually, when I put a song on the podcast too, it like makes me think of certain parts of my life.
Yeah.
So that's where it really comes from, you know.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's funny too because I think about it like my favorite Dissection song is "Where Dead Angels Lie," which is like, you know, it's like their song.
Yeah.
You know, but like, it's so fucking good, especially if you, and I've said this on a previous episode too, like them doing it live. If you ever find a video of them doing it live, like in the early 90s,
yeah,
or whenever it came out, like late 90s maybe, it is so fucking, it's just, I don't know. It strikes a chord with me that most songs don't, you know? Like, that song and fucking...
Oh, I really love Within My Blood from Skeleton Witch.
That's a good song.
Like, that was like the pinnacle song that I listened to and one of the best parts of my life. Because their riffs are very like Iron Maiden-esque too.
Yeah.
Like, they know how to riff.
That opening riff too is just great.
Oh, the amount of times I scream sang just the riff in my car.
Yeah.
It's like unbelievable.
With Nick, who's been on the podcast before. Oh man, so many times we've done that.
It was I listened to that song / album a lot during that period of my life.
Yeah.
When I was like so happy and just like
I
felt content with myself.
I know, it's funny because like I remember listening to The Devil's Blood a lot after Chris passed away. I don't know, it's just what I gravitated towards too. And the Anti-Cosmic Magic is just a great fucking song.
Yeah.
You know, and every time I hear that song, it gives me the warm fuzzies. And it gave me the warm fuzzies when I felt like I couldn't feel feelings anymore.
Yeah.
So I love that song. Even though when you read the lyrics, everything, it's not meant to be like a happy, good song.
Yeah.
But
same with Uncle Acid. I listen to Uncle Acid a lot too.
Oh, I love that band.
Fucking Bloodlust is an incredible album.
Everything they do is great. The new album's great. The first one's great. Everything in between is... I love that band.
They're so good.
They're so good.
And, like, their shit is dark, too, but it's like that... It's like Charles Manson rock.
Yeah.
Like, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's
you know?
true. It's like...
But it's awesome.
It's like serial killer rock.
Yeah. It's like, you know, tripping on acid rock in the desert.
Yep.
So.
I love... Jesus, I was going to say one and you interrupted me. I Hate God is one of my favorite bands too.
Yeah.
Like their song Dixie Whiskey. I played it like a few episodes ago. man, you want to talk about riffs.
Yeah.
Those are riffs for days, like several months.
Yeah.
Like, man, they are just, and I've never seen them live. Never. Every time they come around, for some reason, I never hear about it, or I can't go for whatever reason.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm going to fucking see them, Lauren.
I know.
And it's going to be the best. But I love I Hate God. And it really, a lot of this too depends on my mood.
Yeah.
Because when I'm pissed,
all over the place.
Yeah, when I'm pissed, like I listen to Bathory. Like I love their song Reaper. Like, holy fuck, you know? Like that first album, holy fuck. I will just, in The Return, I will just wear, I know that's not a song, but I mean, The Return is a song. I love that song too. But like, man, Bathory really fucking, when I'm pissed, it's like that's what I listen to.
Yeah.
Like that.
For me, it's literally straight up, it's like Immolation.
Yeah, like death
metal.
metal.
Straight up death metal.
Oh yeah.
Immolation is just heavier than Whale Dick, dude.
Yeah.
That's such a good band.
Yeah, they're great. And they were great live too.
Yeah, and they're like really nice dudes.
What a fucking presence on them.
Oh.
It was like, it's like you could literally be doing something else. It's like SpongeBob, like the SpongeBob movie where they have the helmets on and all their attention gets turned towards the one thing.
Oh my God.
That's what happens. Like when Immolation comes on, I don't care what you're doing. You're going to stop and look.
Yeah.
You know? Like they're insane.
If my ears had a vaginal canal, they would be coming. Like, I'm just saying. Just come out of my ears.
Lord, please.
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh man, there's just so many fucking songs, dude. Like,
it's like
Candlemass.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
God almighty. Like, anything with Messiah, anything that Messiah has ever done in his career, I love. His voice, can his voice be considered one song?
Yeah.
Anything with his voice attached to it, I love.
Same with Opeth for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I know people give, like, the new Opeth stuff a hard time because, it's, like, proggy and, like, he's got Michael Ackerfeld has a beautiful voice. Mm-hmm. He is, like, a gift from God. So, like, back the fuck off, you know?
I know.
If you don't like it, you don't have to like it.
I know Opeth gets a lot of hate, but I really like them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'll listen to them. Maybe not to the extent that you do, but, like, man, I like
We were just listening to them the other day.
I know. Like, I love the quieter stuff, too. I do like the older, so, like, Orchid is a great album and everything, but,
yeah,
man, sometimes I need something quiet, and it's just, like...
That's what I go to.
Yeah, like, it's great, you know? I like the quiet.
Yeah.
There's too much chaos in my life. Sometimes I need quiet.
Yeah.
So... And I remember I would listen to Heritage a lot when I was embalming because it came out around that time and that I was like really like doing it a lot. And I would play it in the funeral homes because it was quiet and they would let me.
Yeah.
They didn't really care what they were saying as long as it was quiet. So, yeah, it makes me think of being in a hot, disgusting prep room with a dead body in front of me. So, it's cool as fuck, right?
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
So let's get off this because we could talk about this all
Oh my
day.
God, I have so many favorite songs. Do we have time for one more, or is that it?
Let's do one more.
Okay.
This is going to be a little longer, but...
I don't know if I want to do this one, because it's going to get deep.
Okay, well, we don't have to.
Do you want to do it? The first one.
Oh, yeah, that's going to get really deep.
It's gonna hit a place.
You know, maybe we should just end on the music.
Well, yeah, we'll end with that.
Yeah.
Because we'll end on a good note, because I feel like we get too real on the show sometimes.
Yeah.
So
We'll be talking for anher 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and, like, my voice is going.
Yeah,
so.
mine too. So, okay. So those were, we were just thinking, like, you know, we just jotted them down, like, you know, just some questions, like, what are hard, because, well, you heard, like, it's hard to answer things like that on the spot.
Yeah.
You know, like, what's your favorite songs? Jesus Christ, like, I know so many.
You heard the pauses? Like, I couldn't think.
Yeah, literally, you were like, you go first, because I can't, I don't know what
I
to say.
just said that. But.
Yeah, so it's always interesting to, like, talk to people about things like this, and, like, really, like, you get a better idea of people, like, when you ask things that just go, I mean, these weren't horribly deep.
This could have been so generic, too. Like, what's your favorite movie? The Goonies. Okay, next question.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so, like, we are not those kind of people.
Yeah.
We get too in-depth with things.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I'm a pretty good writer, too.
Yeah.
Because I could get in-depth.
Well,
but
that,
like,
and it's just, like, you and I, do things with meaning. There are some people
Yeah.
that just kind of don't really, whatever. And if you want to really get to like how someone thinks and how they are and stuff, ask them things like this, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I randomly asked Lauren like what her favorite work of art was, because I follow an Instagram that's called My Favorite Work of Art, and look them up because it's incredible.
Yeah,
and
it's really cool.
They literally just post, people will submit like a picture of them with their favorite work of art and then give a description of why. Why is this my favorite? And the guy who owns the Instagram page, he's a world traveler, and he goes to all different art museums and gives history lessons basically about all the artwork, and it's great. And he thinks art is such an integral part of like life. You know, it's in everything that we do in one degree or another, no matter how simple or complicated it is. And I think it's important to, you know, ask people things like this every once in a while, because that's how you like establish deeper connections with people. And that's what we like to do here. You know, I'm a big fan of, really, you know, getting to know someone.
Me too.
Cause, you know, life's more interesting that way, you know?
Yeah. It's more interesting when you could get to the root of someone instead of just scratching a surface.
Yeah. And I'm at the age now where it's like, I don't have time to like entertain like, you know, like platonic, like
just garbage.
Connections. Yeah. Just like, oh, like we both like the same music. And it's like, great, you know?
I just think friendships built off of a mutual interest in just one basic thing. It's not really a friendship. It's just two people that have a common interest.
Yeah. So, and that's why we kind of wanted to do this today. And it's just, you know, thank you for letting us do that, because, you know, we like talking about things like this, because sometimes I wish people would ask me things like this.
Well, me too.
And
it's not at the fault of the people either.
No.
Because people just don't really think to ask stuff like that usually.
Or they're afraid to like step on someone's toes. But like, I think in my entire life, like, 2 people have ever asked me why I got into art. 2. I've been an artist for how long?
Yeah.
2 people have asked me.
I've never had to ask you because I know.
Well, you know. But I mean, like, Chris asked me, and then I think another friend of mine asked me, like, recently, and I was like blown away. I was like, what? Really? But
only one person has asked me ever, oh, what kind of things do you write?
Yeah.
So I understand.
Yeah, like people don't really, a lot of people are like scared because they don't want to get like too deep and personal and like, oh, I don't want to strike a nerve.
But don't be afraid to get deep and personal.
Yeah.
You know, people will thank you for it.
Yeah.
And, you know, open up.
People will
because you're allowing it to open up.
Yeah. People will appreciate you more, like, wow, no one's ever asked me that before. You
Yeah.
know? They'll find it admirable. So.
I've done it to a few people, you know, not even thinking, just asking them like, oh, how did you get into this? Or, oh, why did you do that? Or something. And like, they don't even know what to say. You know, and again, not putting myself on a pedestal here, but like it's happened in my lifetime a few times.
Yeah. And like, yeah, I've been asked, you know, plenty of times, why'd you get into mortuary science, you know? And because it's not a common thing that people go for. But at the same time, it's like, why can't you ask me that about my art, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, why'd you want to work with dead people? I wanted to help people, you know? That's what it came down to. I just wanted to help people, you know? And that was my way of helping, because it's we all deal with it, and it's just, you know, it's something I felt like I could do because I experienced a lot of loss in my life, and that's why I do it. But like, people were more interested in like, why do you want to work with dead bodies? Like, there's a stigma to it. And I think we're all so desensitized, because even if you look at things that like Tinder, you know?
Yeah.
What do you say? Your bio on there is like 2 sentences. What can you even glean from someone in 2 sentences? You know?
I know.
You don't know who the fuck you're dealing with.
You can be whoever you want in 2 sentences.
Yeah.
And not show the real you. And then someone gets to actually knowing you, and they're like, this was a mistake.
Yeah, or like, this is different than what I was imagining.
Yeah, that's why I don't really go for like websites like that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's deceptive.
At least on Facebook and stuff like that, you could put more out there.
Yeah.
And really get to understand someone as a person. But like Tinder, give me a break.
Yeah, it's like, that's no way. That's like, if you're looking at just fuck, you're looking at pictures. You're not looking at words.
Yeah.
So, you know, but that's our culture now. Everything's very simplified. Everything's compartmentalized. Everything is spoon-fed to us. And I hate it. because that's not how I am. I don't want to be told how to act, what to do, what to fucking whatever, you know? I want to make my own connections my own way, and this is how I do it, you know? I have long conversations with people, and I kind of study their behaviors and patterns, and then I kind of know them as people. And then I give very sentimental gifts, and people are blown away that I would do such a thing. But I'm like, isn't that how everyone works? Maybe I'm just weird.
Well, no kidding.
You know?
It's like, because I pay attention to when you say, oh, I used to have one of these in 9th grade, but someone stole it and I haven't replaced it since. It's like, oh, maybe she would really like that again in her life, and I get it for you, you know?
Yeah, I literally did that same exact thing for Chris.
Yeah.
When his apartment burned down, and he had like a mummified like bat in his closet, and it got burned with the fire, obviously. So I bought him a new one. I bought him a new bat, and I was like, here, you know, since you lost your old one, I got you a new one. He didn't even know how to react. He was like, I can't believe you even remember me saying that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I would be sad too if I lost my bat.
Yeah, oh my god, now we're coming off as pretentious. This is not a pretentious thing. It's just being a good person.
No, it's not being pretentious at all. It's just pay attention to people, you know?
Yeah.
If you're wondering why, like, you know, like, oh, like, I can't, you know, establish long, meaningful connections with people, this is how we do it. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to be like me. I'm not saying my way is right, but that's what I do. You know? And we love asking questions like this because that's the kind of people we are, is what I'm saying. You know?
Yeah, Megan's not speaking for me. This is literally how we both are.
Yeah, we, I love, like, long conversations with people.
Yeah.
Like, long,
That's
deep
why these
conversations.
podcasts, like, even now, are just going so long.
Yeah.
Because we don't know when to stop.
Yeah,
like,
we don't have anyone here telling us, okay, stop, because we're recording ourselves. We don't have anyone telling us what to do, which is great. So, I mean, it's...
Y'all are choosing to listen, so...
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Let us know if you're that way, too. Or if you're not that way, if it just comes from, like, a place of, like, anxiety or, like, whatever, like, oh, I'm afraid, like, I'm going to step on someone's toes, or I just never know how to approach people,
or
things like that.
it could be an insecurity thing. You don't really want to open up to people because you're not secure with yourself, and I get it.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a problem either. I mean, something you have to work on, but also not a problem.
Yeah. I'm just saying this is how we are, you know, and this is why I love things like this. And if you don't, we have other episodes you can listen to where we're being stupid and goofy.
Yeah, obnoxious.
Obnoxious.
But
I think that, I think this has gone on long enough.
Yeah,
I think this makes up for, like, how many weeks of not having a podcast.
I know. We're getting it all out.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm going to put in some black metal.
yay!
I'm going to butcher the hell out of this band name. I'm not going to say this right. I already know it. I always say it like Cirith Gorgor, but I know that's not right. They probably say it some other French way. I don't know if they're French. Anyway, they're a black metal band. The song's kick-ass. Putting it in.
Yes. It's, what's it called? Demonic Incarnation?
I could say that,
Yeah.
but can't say the fucking band name. Some of these band names, man, it's like they just threw sticks on the ground. It's like, what letters can you pull out of that? That's what we're going to call ourselves.
Yeah, they're like, it's all vowels. You're like, what am I even looking at?
It's like headbutting a keyboard. They're like, that's it. That's the band name. It's like, God, man.
It's true. I know some of these band names, I don't even know how to say half of them anymore. I'm lucky.
A lot of them are foreign from, like, the U.S., so, like, I can get it. Like, I understand. But, like, at the same time, some of them are just made up, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know?
Like,
what kind of fuckery is that?
Well, that's why I chose Ancestral Shadows, because at least I could say that, you know? But, yeah, I know. It's some of these band names are out of control. If you're going to be in a band, can you make sure that we could say the name, please?
Just for us.
Please. Thanks. So when we talk about it on our show, we can, you know, on our podcast, we could shout you out correctly.
I can actually say it, but they're not paying me to say this.
No, I know.
Anyway,
we're going to throw that in there, and it's going to be great.
Make this a black metal episode.
We're going to make your ears fucking bleed in the best way possible.
Or come if it has a vaginal canal.
Yeah. Oh, God. Ew, imagine if you came out of your ears.
That would be disgusting.
That would be horrible.
You ever, like, get really, like, itchy? Oh, this is so gross. You ever get, like, really itchy ears and it's, like, white, like, clear stuff just comes out?
Yes.
I hate that.
That's psoriasis, Lauren.
Okay, I have psoriasis in my ears and that's what happens and it's disgusting.
Dude, like, that would suck, though, because especially, like, if you're, like, trying to be discreet, or whatever. Like if you're in public,
and it's just like wet ears, and it's like, what happened?
It's like, why are your ears wet? No reason.
Oh, I just turned on, a really great song and just came out of my ears.
Yeah. What if that's what happened instead? Like, some people get goosebumps when they get like a good song or they hear a good song. What if you just like dripped cum out of your ears?
Oh my God.
Ew. Anyway, we're going to end
gone
this
for way too long. We're getting the hell out of here. Enjoy the fucking black metal. Enjoy our shit.
Enjoy,
like, comment, and subscribe. This is not YouTube.
Yeah.
Whatever.
At least we got through it without any construction. Hopefully, we have 10 seconds left, so hopefully we get through this without construction. So watch, like, in the last 3 seconds, you're going to just hear a loud bang of a hammer. So.
Well, we're going to get out of here now.
Okay, we're going now, but
we'll see you next time. I don't know when we're going to record.
Next week, couple weeks, depending on what we want to talk about. So,
yes.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening. And let us know if you want to agree with some of these things. Get in touch with us.
Yeah, talk to us about your favorites.
Yep.
And all your things.
Yeah, we would love to hear. So,
yeah.
Okay, everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.